Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome everyone here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we are here on KCAA Radio Network, and we are covering over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles. Today, I have an amazing guest for you. Her name is Mitch Dang. Mitch Dang is the founder and the CEO of the Naked Lotus Skincare. And I want to give you more information about her. She is a mom of 5, a lifelong learner, and a lover of the outdoors. Mitch finds herself on the sideline cheering for her kids, soaking in every moment as they grow through their sports and passions. She believes in a classroom. She is a perpetual student, always curious and always evolving. She loves family, nature, growth, keep her grounded and inspired in everything she does. She also evolved into a businesswoman with a deep purpose. Her mission is to help women reconnect with nature, rediscover the power of simple, natural products, and fell in love with the skin they're in. Through her work, she hopes to remind women that beauty is not something to chase, but something to honor and nurture from within. Now that her youngest is 8, she's stepping into a new season of life with a little more freedom and space to realign herself. It's exciting to move with intention, according to her. She said to keep learning, creating, and growing while staying present for the people and moments that matter most. Let's welcome Mitch Dang.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Mitch, thank you so much for being here. And it looks like you also gave me a gift here. What do we have here?
I did. I wanted to bring you some of the jars that I make, the tallow creams,
Okay.
so that way you can understand what I do.
Okay, well, let me open it up. And everybody that's watching the video, you're going to be able to see this. But for the radio show listeners, I'm going to read this to you. And so you know what I got from her. So it says, Lux Face Cream.
Yes.
Wow, it's a beautiful, jar here. So tell
Thank
me,
you.
what does this do?
So tallow itself is biocompatible to our skin, and so that is nature in a jar. So tallow is going to nurture your skin on a deeper level than typical skincare that we use, from the Target or wherever place we purchase them from.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is a passion project of mine, because when I turned 40, my skin just started acting up, and none of the products that I would use would actually take care of my skin the way I needed it to.
Okay, well, let me see. It looks like there's more in here.
Yes.
Okay, what is this one here? This is the LeBlanc
That's the Lotus body butter.
body butter. Okay, and so what does it do?
So there's the Lux face cream that's specific to the skin on our face, and then the Lotus body butter is a cream you can put all over your body.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yes.
And it's so beautiful. It has that gold
Yes,
trim
thank you.
here. Okay, how about the smell?
That one in particular, that's our Ember Lotus, and so it has vanilla, sweet
Smells
orange,
good.
sandalwood, and frankincense.
Okay, it smells. I can smell it. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh my gosh, I love it. I love the smell.
Yes, thank
well,
you.
thank you so much for being so generous and giving me this. So tell me how everything started for you. I mean, it looks like you have a family, right?
Yes.
And so what was the journey for getting into this business?
So a bit of backstory. I have my credentials and my master's degree, and so I taught a couple years before.
Okay.
And once my husband and I started having more of our kids, I decided to homeschool them and take care of them at home first. So I put my career on hold. And it was just, over the course of being a parent, I tried to make where whatever we put on our bodies or whatever we eat is as non-toxic as possible.
Okay.
So I try to be holistic in that regard. And I had been looking for a product that would be more in alignment with what I wanted to put on my kids' bodies.
Okay.
And for myself. And my sister-in-law introduced me to tallow. And from there, I just started doing research, started making it for myself and my family, and started sharing. And I realized this was something that other people needed to be introduced to, because we have so many toxins exposed to us on a daily basis that this is something that I can share with others to help eliminate at least one thing that we're putting on our bodies.
So you created this.
I did.
Oh my gosh. How difficult is it to do something like this?
So it is a process.
Okay.
I take the raw beef fat.
Okay.
And then there's a process of rendering and purification. And then from there, I blend it with oils and infuse it with essential oils to create the product.
Wow. Oh my God. So impressive. And your education and getting into this type of business, that's impressive, because not a lot of people, but most people I've heard where, they get their master's, but they don't have any kind of application of what they learn. But you do it. You've applied your knowledge and put it in action.
Yes, and I've always enjoyed learning. And I find that I'm passionate about when there's something that I'm presented and I don't know anything about it, I want to know all the whys and the whats, and that this became that project.
So how long is this business now?
It's going on 2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
And how is the business going for you?
It's going great. It's the business component itself, I'm learning, because my background's in education, and so there are so many concepts that I'm learning along the way.
Okay.
But in terms of personal growth, this has been so enlightening in helping me reintroduce myself to myself, and finding out the things that I love to do, and just realigning with who I am now.
Okay. Well, let me ask you. So this one here, how much is this? And then where do they buy this?
So the Lux face cream is $40.
$40,
yes,
okay.
for a 2-ounce jar. And I have my website at nakedlotusskincare.com.
Okay.
And then our products are also at 2 local stores in Orange County.
Okay. So how long does it take to finish this one?
So because tallow is so potent in its efficacy for skincare,
Okay.
you do not need a lot. So you can apply that in the morning and in the evening, and it can last you at least two months, if not longer.
Wow. This is so amazing. So really, it's like $20 a month.
Yes.
And you get this beautiful scent. And what is really different from the other products with this?
That is nature in a jar. And what I mean by that is you won't find any fillers. There's no preservatives. It's
Okay.
not water-based. So it's going to nourish your skin on a deeper level.
Okay. Okay, well, I like that.
Yes.
I've been trying to be more focused on what I put on my skin. And it looks like you have such a beautiful, skin.
Oh, thank you.
You've been using this for a long time now.
Yes.
Okay. And do you notice that, well, I get dark spots. How does that work with the products that you have here? Does that help me reduce the dark spots?
Yes, so included in the Lux face cream is Tamanu oil. And that's fabulous for scars, hyperpigmentation. So I really focus on the formula for the Lux face cream because I didn't want to have to use several creams, several serums. I, at one point, had like 8 different creams, and each one had a different job, and I had to wait time in between. And with kids, 5 kids, I don't have an excess amount of time.
Yeah.
So with that product, you will find that it will help heal your skin and different issues that we have.
So how many times do you apply this?
I apply it after I wash my face, cleanse it in the evening.
In the evening?
And then when I wake up in the morning, I'll cleanse again and then apply it.
Okay, so it's twice a day.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to see how that works for my skin.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I've been buying a lot of supplements for my skin, and I don't really know any products that really work for me yet. but I'm gonna try this, and then you'll have to come back here and then let me know what the deal is.
Yeah.
Right? I can show you what the result.
Yes, I'm
But
excited for you.
I'm excited. So, do you have a lot of testimonials from people that have used this already?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do they say?
That their skin feels so soft,
Yeah.
that their skin is healing. I had one lady, one client, she had sent me pictures. She had a really severe burn on her leg from drinking tea. And over the course of a couple months, her skin has healed significantly because she's using the lotus
Okay.
butter.
Now, how big is the market for this?
You know, it depends. Tallow used to be utilized as a skincare product for centuries, but when modern skincare and science, it kind of got pushed aside. And so now there's a resurgence with tallow being popular again because people are so frustrated with excessive routines or, you know, the products that or the ingredients that are included in the products.
I mean, I remember watching some videos where they apply so many different
Yes.
products just to, I'm overwhelmed by
Yes.
those products. It's just too many steps, and I don't have time in the morning or
Exactly.
in the evening.
Exactly.
To do all of this routine, and
Yes.
so or rituals, whatever you call it. But this one is this is the only thing I need to apply,
Yes.
and that's it.
And you know, at the heart of the Lux face cream for me is going back to simplicity, going back to what's good for our bodies. Nature has the answer. We just need to be better listeners and understand that we are overcomplicating our lives unnecessarily.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and don't go away. We will be right back with Mitch Dang talking about her Naked Lotus skincare.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we have Mitch Dang, who is the founder and CEO of Naked Lotus Skincare. So, Mitch, this is an incredible accomplishment that
Thank
you
you.
have. I mean, to be a woman, a businesswoman, and creating a product from scratch, and tapping into the skincare market, that's a pretty big industry to be a part of. I mean, how are you handling the business in terms of marketing and getting the customer's attention? I mean, you're competing with a lot of big companies out there.
That is true. And at first, I found that a daunting experience. But the way I look at it is there are millions of people out there. And I will find my group of people who want a simplified skincare routine. And I think that the more opportunity to talk about tallow and to talk about the benefits, whether it's my tallow or not, I know that people want quality products to put on their skin because there's a growing awareness that anything we put on our body is going to impact our health in the long term.
Okay. And so how many clients do you have now how many people have bought this product?
So I have within my different networking groups of women, they purchase the product, and then we have some online sales.
Okay.
And I also go to markets.
Okay. So are you reaching a certain area like San Diego, or what are the coverage of your market?
Right now, I would say primarily we're in Orange County.
Okay.
Because we have our two markets, the local Gem Collective in Orange, and then we're also at the shops at Mission Viejo Mall at Clementine. And we'll be adding another store at Balboa Pier. And so those are the three brick and mortar stores. But my goal is to reach as many people as possible, and specifically women. I think that we have overcomplicated our skincare routine, and the more time that we can provide to ourselves to just be present in whatever moment we're in, I like to think that I can help them achieve that with simplified skincare.
Okay. Do you have employees with your company?
Currently, it is myself.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's impressive.
Thank you.
So running by yourself, like who, I'm talking and I'm doing the same thing too. But this is really different because you have a product that you have to tap into the skincare industry and really promote this. And, I'm just wondering in terms of how you're making this work for you, because it is a tough business out there.
Yes, but the way I look at it is being able to work from home, be my own business person, have my family, and they're incredibly supportive. Like I could not accomplish the things I've done without my husband's support and with, the support from my kids.
Okay.
So they are my constant cheerleaders. And, I take each day at a time and accomplish what I can each day. And then with the hopes of, marking off my checklist
Yeah.
the next day. So,
Have you thought about bringing this to Shark Tank?
yeah,
Because I've seen, these companies go there and then all of a sudden it just, becomes millions of business.
yes,
Yeah.
I am baby steps.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad that you came here and shared this information to us. I would love for the audience to even, really reach out to you and talk to you about it. What would be the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Through probably Instagram,
Okay.
and then they can always email me as well.
Okay. Well, one thing that I do in this show is I ask, all my guests to speak to the audience and share them anything that you want to talk about, because this is a fabulous lifestyle. You are definitely giving them a fabulous lifestyle by using this product. So go ahead and take this opportunity and talk to our audience.
Yeah. So I would just like to give you the opportunity to know that you as the individual, you're a beautiful human being. And we need to come together as community, and I would love to connect with you and talk all things tallow, or just connect on a human level and find our opportunities where we see things eye to eye and connect.
Okay. And the best way to connect with you again is on Instagram?
Yes, Instagram or email.
Okay. What is your account on Instagram?
It's at naked.lotus_.
So that's at naked
Lotus
.lotus
_.
Okay, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Mitch Dang, a business entrepreneur, with this amazing product. I think this
Thank
is
you.
good for guys too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, guys, don't forget. This is going to help you too. This is very, very organic, right?
Yes, it's clean and natural.
And clean and natural. What else can you ask for? It's one of the best products out there. I would definitely encourage you to check out her Instagram, and so you can acquire this product. And I'm thankful that I got a free product too. I mean, this is like $40. That's awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mitch.
you.
And is there anything else you wanted to share?
I'm just so excited to be here. Thank you for this
Yeah,
opportunity.
Thank you. I was hoping that you were going to be at the Fire Up Wings fashion show, right? And
Yes.
you didn't make it then.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
My husband injured his knee, and so I
Oh.
couldn't leave him with the kids.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? There's always next time.
Yes, I'm
And
excited.
We're going to have the Queens Business Expo actually on January 31st. Keep that in mind, you guys. January 31st, and it will be at the Hundlery Hotel.
Wonderful.
If you're interested in being a panelist or a vendor, let me know. But, if you're all interested in attending the Queens Business Expo, let me know too. My number is 619-453-4664, or you can call me at 951-378-5316. That is the Queens Business Expo starting in January 31st. It will be from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. So don't forget. Anyway, Mitch, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for this.
Yes, I'm excited for you to try it.
I can't wait to share this to all my network and connections. I bet they're gonna love it.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye everybody, and don't go away. I'm gonna have another guest for you, so we will be right back. Bye now.
Bye.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Wade. And this time, I have another guest for you. Her name is Jan Saracero. Jan is a stress reduction coach, and she has a lot of experience for you that I want to share right now. She is a certified life coach and an NLP practitioner. She has more than 4 decades understanding how people think, act, and create lasting change. Her lifelong study of human potential, behavioral change, and applied personal development has given her a unique ability to help others reduce stress, shift their mindset, and live with greater calm and awareness. Jan's professional journey began in the fast-paced, high-pressure world of escrow and real estate, where she spent decades managing teams and navigating constant deadlines. Over time, she realized that true success and genuine well-being depend less on external circumstances and more on how we manage our inner world. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to Jan. Jan, welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show.
Thank you for having me.
Man, 4 decades of information.
Yeah, it sounds better than the actual years.
So Jan, tell me, how did it all start for you?
Well, I started in the escrow industry, but back in, I think it was 1980, I had an awareness that if everything in my world wasn't what I wanted it to be, that it was something in me that needed to be changed, not the outside world. So that's what really started me on my path to growth, to find out what makes people tick. Why do we do what we do? And so while I was dealing with all the stress in escrow, I was also learning how to make things better and how to be able to handle the challenges.
Okay. And so was there any kind of specific experience that you built your skills, managing your stress?
Well, a lot of it's just the life experience.
Okay.
I went through 2 different periods of burnout, and that's kind of a dark place to get into.
Okay.
Where you just don't feel like there's any point. It's not suicidal, but you're doing everything you can, and it's not good enough. And it's like, okay, but what more can I give? I'm working 7 days a week and all these hours, and it gets to be a downhill spiral that really doesn't serve you at all.
And escrow and real estate is a very demanding industry.
Well, yeah, and depending on some of the times that we've had, when we call like refi mania, where I would go in on a Saturday and think, okay, I'll work 4 or 5 hours and get caught up, and then 9 hours later, I would think, okay, now I have to come back Sunday because I didn't really get that much done, and so it just gets to be a crazy schedule sometimes.
Okay. Well, your hectic schedule, did that affect your personal life in regards to your relationship?
Oh, yeah, because you end up not really having a personal life. I used a lot of the techniques that I learned as far as stress reduction to just keep from completely collapsing. But, my life for a period of time was either work, a little bit of sleep, or practicing things to keep me from losing my mind.
Okay.
And there was really no time for anything else.
Okay. And then you figured out a system that can get you out of stress, and that's what you're helping people now.
Oh, yeah. I learned a lot of tools in those decades.
Okay.
Yeah, and I practiced them all, and I know they work.
Okay. Can you share a little bit more about the tools that you help people with?
Well, first off, I talk to people about stress reduction, not stress management. Because managing your stress is kind of like putting a Band-Aid on something.
Oh, okay.
Whereas, the whole point of stress reduction is making changes in your life so that what used to stress you doesn't anymore. Now, granted, for a doctor or a nurse that's having to put in tremendously long hours, there's no way that you can have some magic bullet to change that.
Okay.
But by keeping focused on that you are a priority, you need to take care of yourself. And it's not really optional, it's not a luxury, it's really necessary. So when you put yourself back at the top of your list of things to do and do something for yourself, then it mitigates a lot of those long hours, a lot of that stress.
Do you focus on helping a lot of the employees in big corporations or high achievers, leaders?
It's kind of a combination. I've had a lot of doctors, nurses, there's certainly a lot of escrow people, and salespeople, management, and business owners. So it's really kind of a wide variety.
Okay.
And what I find is that frequently people don't say, I have a lot of stress, I want to hire you. But they'll realize that they are doing things in their life that aren't working for them. And by doing those things, it causes stress.
Okay.
So like somebody that procrastinates a lot, they're really, really excellent clients because we need to get them out of that habit of putting things off and starting to take action. And as they do, then they're going to feel, they're going to feel like they're accomplishing things and they won't be as frustrated. They'll actually be seeing progress.
So you're helping people that have problems with their time or even like planning. Okay.
Yeah, I had one client that had hired me just because she had no work-life balance.
Okay.
It was all work. And we discovered things as we started working together that ended up being really more important to take care of. But we kept working with that life balance as well. And you've done a good job when somebody says that you've changed their life. That really, that's pretty powerful.
I bet it's very rewarding to see the transformation of these people that you're helping.
Yeah.
Can you share one story or a story that you can, tell us what happened to?
Well, one of my ladies, one of the issues she was dealing with was she really had a hard time putting herself out there. She was very shy. She didn't want to be, but she was. And so one of the things we had her do was every day go up to someone and ask them what time it was. It didn't matter. She didn't need to know, but it got her starting to be comfortable with speaking to people that she didn't know.
Okay.
And so what I work with people a lot is just small changes, because so many times people think that to make a change, it is going to take a monumental shift. And it's really a lot of little changes over time.
Okay. Now, I know that there are a lot of people coaching on similar, topics, stress, transformation. What make you very unique in so many ways?
Well, that I lived in stress for 40 years.
Okay.
In some cases, just the fact that I've had 40 years experience.
Yes.
Some people haven't been alive that long. But that whole time, not only was I dealing with the stress and living through it, but I was also learning how to make changes in my life, how to help people make changes. It was just something I was interested in.
Okay.
So, it helped me, like I said, keep my sanity when things got really tough. But at the same time, it allowed me to get through it easier and be able to really test those things out to know that they work. So it wasn't just something that I got out of a seminar or a book.
It's through real experience.
Life tests. Yeah.
Life tests.
Yeah.
I totally, can relate to that, because a lot of the things that I learned for being a branding strategist is also from what I have done
Yeah.
for my own and how I tested and proved it to be effective or not effective. So, no, I get the life experience. And I think, you've been a member of University Club too. I've seen you there where you were one of the, strong leaders in the club. What do you think about your presence in that organization?
Oh, I love it. And actually, they're like my family.
Yeah.
I have no family in town. So it's always nice to be able to be there, but, to learn from the other people, to make connections with people that you wouldn't meet.
Okay.
It's just a wonderful experience. I love
So how
being
long
there.
have you lived in San Diego?
I'm second generation.
Okay.
My mother was even born in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but you've considered University Club as your family now.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, I see that, and that's what I sense too. And I'm a new member of University Club, and just meeting you, I got the impression already that you are like one of the foundations of that club. You know,
I'm not sure whether that goes by age or what.
I think it's the way you communicate and the way you present yourself in that club, and
Well, and I feel the same with the staff as well.
Yeah.
It's not just the members.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am so glad that I was able to connect with you and learn more about what you do in terms of stress reduction, because I know a lot of people, sometimes they don't know that they are in a stress situation.
Yeah.
So how do you go after people that have no idea that they are having stress?
Well, I don't, and I don't think it was a planned word. I don't think I go after them.
Okay.
I offer help to people a lot.
So did they reach out to you, or do you somehow?
Sometimes I'll reach out to them because
Okay.
I've studied so many things. I'm very intuitive. And so I can sense when something's going on with somebody.
Okay.
And I will usually address that. So, as an example, if you told me everything was fine, but I could see from your face or your body language that you weren't congruent, I might make a little joke. Okay, fine. Now, do you want to convince me now or later? And then gently start talking to them about it if they're
Okay.
comfortable with it. So, and I can see just different things.
So through conversation and face-to-face communication,
Yeah.
that's how you're able to identify it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I have
Yeah.
my own following as far as people on my mailing list and things like that.
Okay.
But as far as just being with people, when I was still in escrow, I was in a situation one time when I was managing about 70 people. And
70 people.
Yeah, 70.
That's
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, talk about stress.
Yeah.
And I was walking past somebody's cubicle and I heard her say something. She was afraid of the dentist.
Oh, okay.
And so I went back and I said, let me tell you about something I do. And this wasn't anything that I read. It was a technique I just created on my own. And so I explained to her what I did. And I said, now the beauty is you can make this whatever you want for you, whether you want it to be a different scenario or whatever, however you choose to do it. And, explain to her what it was that I was talking about. And then totally forgot about it because I just automatically go into the mode of helping somebody.
Okay.
And a couple days later, I was walking by her cubicle again and she said, it worked. And it was like, what? That had been a couple
Yeah.
days. And she said, the dentist. And so I went over to find out, how she had used the technique. And she's not afraid to go to the dentist anymore.
Wow. So you managed 70 people in the business.
Yeah, at one time.
And I
yeah.
bet they all have all stress, experiences that you're helping all of them. That is incredible.
Yeah. One of my gals had a daughter who was dating a gangbanger. And that's a pretty scary
Yeah.
situation. And so she had actually sent her daughter out of town to stay with relatives to try and break the connection. And then indicated that she was actually in a different state. So he wouldn't try and track her down. But she was terrified, my friend, that he was going to show up on Christmas morning. And I don't know why it was she thought. I don't remember that. But she was terrified. You could see it.
Okay.
And so, I just spent some time with her, went through a few little techniques, and I could see her start to relax. And a couple days after Christmas, when we came back to work, I said, so how did everything go at Christmas? And I referenced this person. She had a rather graphic nickname for him that I won't use, but I referenced him and she started to laugh. So every time she would think of him now, she went into laughter instead of that terror that she had.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to take a commercial break. Don't go away, everyone. This is so amazing. You're learning from Jan Sorosaro, and so we'll be right back.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite. And let's get back to our conversation with Jan. Jan, you were just sharing a story about one of the people that you helped. Now, what is the process for someone to, even identify and really understand that they need your service or your help?
Well, a lot of times people will feel like things just aren't working right for them. They're a little stuck, they're frustrated, or maybe they just actually feel like they're stressed. Mm-hmm. And I do offer a complimentary session. And the purpose of that session is for them to really determine where they are in their life right now.
Okay.
And also where would they like to be and how committed they are to making the change. Because I can't do the work for them. Just like a football coach, he doesn't run the play. He just works with the player and gives advice and watches. So we start with that, and it depends on what the issue is for the person as to what direction we start going in.
Okay. Well, that's very generous of you to give a complimentary session. What if, a lot of people starts calling you? Are you going to have... You can handle it. There you go. Well, you know the technique of getting, managing stress or reducing stress. But I think this is a great gift to a lot of people out there that, people that are listening, just, driving home. I mean, I'm sure the stress of dealing with traffic, or people that are, spending so much time away from their family, that's probably putting a lot of stress. Or people that don't have any jobs or are getting laid off from work. That's a lot of stress. How do they recover from all of those, right?
And there's no sales part to this.
Yeah.
If someone is interested and committed enough and has something that they actually want to change in their life, I'll talk to them about my programs.
Wow.
But if not, or if I can tell that they're not really ready to be coached, that they wouldn't actually show up and do the work, then they never even hear that I have services available. And I even have a guarantee, which is, I think, something not too many coaches have.
That is so incredible. Oh my gosh, I feel like, we just bless all these people from the Fabulous Lifestyle. I'm so glad that I met you, Jan. You are just very, what do you call that? So comforting to just be in front of you and talk to you. You're just so, you can see how caring you are.
Thank you.
And just the way you speak. And I'm so glad that I was able to bring you to this show, and hopefully people can really also benefit from your presence here. Well, I have one more question. So aside from helping a lot of the people from stress reduction, what else are you working on?
I'm working on learning to be semi-retired.
Okay.
After all these years of working, I'm trying to scale back a little bit.
Okay.
So that's why I haven't reached out to you for branding,
Oh, okay.
But I'm in the process of creating a group coaching class because a lot of times people want some additional help, but either they're afraid or nervous about doing private sessions. It's not therapy. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, so it's a safe space. But still, some people are more comfortable in a crowd. So I'm looking to launch a group coaching program in January.
Okay. Well, have you thought about doing a radio show like this as a host?
No, I've never thought about that.
I think you'd be great. I mean, how many people that are doing all kinds of advice on radio show?
Yeah.
And your voice is incredible. So I think it would be one thing that I can see you doing, either a podcast or radio show. And also, how about a TV show?
Never thought of it. I've been on television, but never thought of it.
I think because, sometimes people just need to hear your voice, and then they start, thinking more and more of what they need to do in their life just by listening to you. And do you also speak in big groups of people?
Yeah, I speak at a lot of different conferences and things. So I'm going to a conference this weekend, and actually several of the people asked if I was speaking. I said, no, not this year.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I've done conferences and conventions around the United States.
Are you able to help some big corporations, like, if they have 50 to 100 employees? Are you also able to?
Yeah, I could create a custom program. And
Okay.
even with my presentations with the conferences, I find out what it is that they really need most, and then I tailor my presentation around that.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
So I don't just take it out of the can.
Yeah.
You know.
Because, coming from helping an individual versus corporation, that's two different programs that you can provide. So you are able to accommodate that.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm so glad to hear that because, I have plans to reach out to a lot of big corporations. And if I understand exactly what you offer, I could always, share that information to them too.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Now, I wanted you to take this opportunity to talk to our audience and share whatever you wanted to share at this time.
Okay.
Go
Perfect.
ahead.
Well, first, I would like you to realize that most of the time we use the word stress probably multiple times every day, but not too many people ever really think about it, what it is. And it's more destructive than you would think, because one of the first things it does is it's damaging to your health. But it's also, it's self-inflicted, because what stresses you may not stress me. So where's the reality in that? It's kind of like if you're afraid of spiders and I'm not. So by becoming aware of some of the things that stress you, then we can start working to make some changes. Most of the time, because stress is self-inflicted, the good news is you can get rid of it because you're the one that created it. You just may not know that. So by looking at or taking time to think about what stresses you, then we can start kind of unpacking how you can make changes. A lot of stress is caused by a belief system that maybe isn't really accurate anymore. Or it may be a belief system that you got from your family that worked when you were 12, but not when you're 45. Some of the other things are habits. You may have a habit of not planning enough time in advance. So you're always rushing. You're always trying not to be late. And when that happens, I can guarantee you everybody I know gets really nervous and they get really upset. So a recommendation, a little tool I'll give you here is if you start getting ready, let's say I'm referring to the ladies here, but this works for the gentlemen too. You have a certain amount of time to get prepared in the morning. And so ladies, while you're working, you've got your makeup, you've got your hair, you've got other things to do. If you start running a little short on time, a tendency is to start thinking to yourself, or sometimes saying out loud, I'm running out of time. And what happens when you start thinking things like that is you start to tense up. You're going to drop things. You're maybe going to spill your coffee. Things, the outfit isn't going to work. And so it becomes a problem just because of what it is you're saying. And so as an option to that, if you say, I have plenty of time, I will look at the clock and I'll think, okay, I have 15 minutes. I got 15 minutes. I can get really stressed about that by thinking, oh, I only have 15 minutes. I don't have enough time. Or I can look at that and go, I have 15 minutes. I have plenty of time. Because then what I can do is I can start relaxing into it. And by doing that, I'm not going to drop something. I'm not going to stub my toe. I'm not going to spill the coffee because I know that I have plenty of time. Now, the reality is 15 minutes is 15 minutes. And even if you did end up being late to your meeting, instead of rushing in the door last minute, perspiring and just, being kind of out of breath, you walk in and you're put together. I apologize, I know I'm a little late, and let's get on with the meeting. And totally different frame of mind, but you've set yourself up for that stress by the language of, I'm running out of time, I don't have enough time. And keep in mind, your subconscious, besides operating your body while we're not thinking, it is going to try and balance your reality. So if it thinks that you're out of time, it's going to help you create things to run out of time. It's a lot like a friend of mine.
That's interesting.
Do we have
No, we're good.
time for just a short story?
No.
Okay,
But we,
okay.
here's what we're going to do, Jan. I'm going to have to bring you back in because it looks like you have a lot of amazing stories for everybody. But I'm sure, people would want to get a hold of you. How can they get hold of you?
Well, I have a website where you could actually go in and schedule an appointment, and that is www.yccbe.com, and that stands for Your Change Can Be Easy.
Okay, there you go. So if you want more information from Jan and want to hear all her stories, I think you need to get a hold of her website and sign up and make sure that you connect with Jan. Jan, thank you so much for being here in
It's
the
been a
Fabulous
pleasure.
Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And I do want you to come back.
Thank
and so
you.
I would like to hear more of your stories. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite. And don't forget, we're here every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. on KCAA Radio Network. And we are also on Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV under Building Solid Foundation. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Minutes is 15 minutes. And even if you did end up being late to your meeting, instead of rushing in the door last minute, perspiring and just, being kind of out of breath, you walk in and you're put together. I apologize, I know I'm a little late, and let's get on with the meeting. And totally different frame of mind, but you've set yourself up for that stress by the language of, I'm running out of time, I don't have enough time. And keep in mind, your subconscious, besides operating your body while we're not thinking, it is going to try and balance your reality. So if it thinks that you're out of time, it's going to help you create things to run out of time. It's a lot like a friend of mine.
That's interesting.
Do we have
No, we're good.
time for just a short story?
No.
Okay,
But we,
okay.
here's what we're going to do, Jan. I'm going to have to bring you back in because it looks like you have a lot of amazing stories for everybody. But I'm sure, people would want to get a hold of you. How can they get hold of you?
Well, I have a website where you could actually go in and schedule an appointment, and that is www.yccbe.com, and that stands for Your Change Can Be Easy.
Okay, there you go. So if you want more information from Jan and want to hear all her stories, I think you need to get a hold of her website and sign up and make sure that you connect with Jan. Jan, thank you so much for being here in
It's
the
been a
Fabulous
pleasure.
Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And I do want you to come back.
Thank
and so
you.
I would like to hear more of your stories. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite. And don't forget, we're here every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. on KCAA Radio Network. And we are also on Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV under Building Solid Foundation. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.